What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 6 5 Northwestern Europe AI only battle. We messed that up already. Fantastic. I mean, not the worst mistakes I guess we've made in those intros. We've had some more awkward ones, and we recognised it straight. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, nope, wrong game. Civ 5 Northwest Europe AI only battle. We will be going on. I don't know what turn we'll reach today. We'll probably get sort of near to 250. I don't really know. I don't know what we're going to do today. We're just going to do a normal episode and see what happens. But yeah, we'll see. I feel like we're going to be in an awkward place where we won't be near enough to 250 to extend it a little bit. And we won't quite, and it won't be, I don't know. I feel like we'll get to like 242 or something. I don't know. Random guess. And then we'll do a few more turns or whatever. And then we'll do a results episode. All the normal stuff. That's all good. But it's been interesting. It's been super interesting. There's still some stuff going on. Celts versus Great Britain in particular right now. Normandy seems to have survived. Burgundy is still at war with them, but Aquitaine have been pretty disappointing, not going after them. These guys have been very chilled and peaceful. Austria with a ton of units as well. I'm sure we're going to see some stuff sooner or later, like surely. If not, I mean, we'll just skip it and it won't matter anyway, so don't worry. It's not long to go if there is not going to be any wars, and if there is, then we will see them. So don't be concerned. Eric, I believe that is Finland or Sweden, but yeah, it is the Finnish Sweden. Into the information era, good for them. They have appeared like a bit behind in technology. I mean, still have a frigate. I mean, I guess 1912 AD. I guess frigates are sort of out a little bit dated at that point. They're getting a bit out. The ironclad should be coming in. World War One. World War One would have just started. Here though, we don't even have a Germany or a France really, for that matter. So that's the main area's gone. Belgium, of course, as well. Another area heavily affected by that. I'm sure there's others as well. Don't wanna forget any countries. So I'm sure. I mean, see the UK. Put in a lot. Not as good on my World War One history. Russia was Russia in World War One? Were they having their revolution? Yeah, not. That's too far back, But there we go. Don't ignore me. I'm just embarrassing myself. I feel like for some reason I feel like the Ottomans and Russia were in it, but maybe not as much. I don't know, because it was the Central Powers, right? It was Germany, Austria, who were much bigger at the time, and the Ottoman Empire before it sort of collapsed. Because that's how the UK got a lot of colonies and stuff, I'm guessing. Who knows? Burgundy completes the Hubble Space Telescope. Good job. And the Netherlands with a not so important peace deal with Brittany, but nothing changed hands, so catastrophe avoided. Good job, Brittany and Netherlands. You didn't mess it up. That's all we can ask, really. That is the minimum. That is much appreciated. Thank you for not ruining yourselves. I mean, not like Brittany actually have a chance of doing anything. Kind of feel sorry for them. Not much they can do. Cheers, bit of an F. Oh, Russia's in a load of wars. Was it Russia? Yeah, it is Russia. But I mean, this island's fallen, but not much more. Gotland. So I've been informed. The city of Smolensk here. I would get a minor warmonger penalty for capturing it, or a minor liberation bonus if I liberated it. I won't be doing that. I think I'm at war with. Yes, the civs that I moved at the start, I'm at war with, so that's why you sometimes see some weird bonus options for me to attack cities. I'm not planning on attacking any cities, don't worry. Although the war's been going on for so long, it is now only minor warmonger penalties everywhere. East Germany completes the Manhattan Project. That's pretty interesting. I mean, I wouldn't have put them right up there, so I'm guessing that means some of the worst civs starting to climb that tech tree. Get towards the end. I mean, they're not rubbish, right? I mean, Belgium, for example, is a lot worse. Brittany is probably a lot worse. I mean, 26, 18, 13. Also, Russia just retook Smolensk. Also, this city has shot up the rankings. Ghent up to 36. A lot of Danish cities actually in the 30s here. Berlin, Kaupang, Brussels as well. Roskilde, the capital. This one's at 29. Rebay's at 31. Oh my goodness. They're definitely. Oh, the info addicts weren't working last time, were they? Oh yeah, forgot about that. That might impact the results. I didn't check that at all. Hopefully it's working now. I can feel a sore throat coming along. That's just what you want. Start of the episode. 35 in Prague. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, this is sort of not a rematch, but another go at it for the Netherlands. I mean, Burgundy still hasn't pieced out, so this could be exciting. You know, this can trigger some things. Aquitaine will again be watching. Obviously, the Celts are pretty busy right now, so we'll keep an eye on that. Right, I'm going to hit next turn, and then I'm going to bravely open this menu, and we are fine. So the biggest city currently in the world is Oslo at 39. Ghent then at 36 for Denmark. Then it is Nyköping of Finland in this case, if you are new to this series and haven't watched the previous episodes for some reason. We're using a Sweden mod as Finland because they look pretty similar, so it's fine. Someone also pointed out they have the Norway colour from the Norway flag from Civ 6, so it's a complete mess, this Civ anyway. But Nyköping of Finland and Prague of Czechia at 35. Great Britain's Leeds is at 34. So there we go. Those are the top 5 cities in the world. Amsterdam, Kaupang, Dijon, Vienna, Berlin, Roskilde, Rebay, a lot of Danish cities there. Petrograd, Brussels, Edinburgh, Graz, Västerås, Aarhus, another Danish city. Oh no, that just misses out. But those are the rest at 30 population. Let's see how the Dutch do here against the Normans. They only have Great Wall bombers, but I mean the Dutch have even less, so never mind. I was going to say how that's a big advantage for the Netherlands, but no. Maybe it's, I guess, the paratroopers, that's an advantage to the Netherlands. Mobile SAMs is an advantage, but I mean, it's not really worked for Burgundy, so I can't say too much. But yeah, I think this might help out Burgundy's cause, at least a little bit. The Celts are going for this. I'm not sure. It looks like they might just run out of stuff. It might be they might just come up short here, which is a little sad, because these cities are going to be hard to get. They're next to each other. This one's not coastal either. Denmark has completed a spaceship engine. They're getting closer. I think they just need the cockpit now. Potentially. They've got a few parts. There is a ton of units in here. I'm pretty sure if Denmark or Poland... I know that they're still like not top tech, but if these two attacked each other or someone else, the game might break, to be honest. Which is annoying, but it can happen. When there's a civs with lots of units moving at once, it can just break. Denmark's an example. Norway's kind of getting there. It's the ones where every tile is like full. That's when it's, you know, the second they declare war and everyone moves at the same time, that's when it gets messy. And usually breaks. Hence the end of the last series. Well, not end. Reason I couldn't force them to go to war with each other. It didn't have to end, but nothing was happening. I feel like I just want to poke them with a stick. I don't know. Maybe it's just we need to get back onto domination only. I'm going to have to reset, like reinstall everything. Because it's obviously a bug or one of the mods doesn't allow it. I don't know which mod that is. But yeah, it must be one of the mods doesn't allow it. Doesn't work. It's very weird. Because I had it on, like 100% definitely. It was actually on last time as well, I found out. So that's just weird. It's not turning them off. The weirder thing is the time victory. I think there is a time or score victory in Civ 5, isn't there? Maybe it's not an option. I think it is, right? That is going away, but the other 3 are staying. I don't know if it's one of the mods that I'm just using a lot is, you know, depends on it. But I haven't used any of these civs. None of the modded civs in this game have been used recently. So I don't know. I don't want to point fingers. I'm wondering, could it be these guys? Are you the problem? No, I don't know. They're the only ones I've used recently as well as in this game. If I'm not mistaken. I've never used this Norway before. Or this Sweden. I've used the island before, but not recently. Burgundy with the spaceship cockpit. And Norway with a spaceship booster. Okay, does that mean people are actually really close? Is there an interesting space race? Is that what we should actually be watching? Okay, never mind. Norway. Burgundy trolled us. I was like, cockpit? That must be good. But no, that is the only part they have. Whereas Denmark needs the cockpit. And is that the engine? I think that's the engine. Whatever that part is. Come on, somebody do something. Hopefully. Also, my voice is like really gone in the last... I've only been going for 9 minutes. Jeez. At this rate, I'm just being mute by the end of it. That's not good. We've got to get through this, George. You can do this. Look at that tile, by the way. Oh, no, that's the city centre, I think. Or is it a tile? It must have been, yeah, it's the city centre. I was going to say those are some great yields. 3 food, 4 production, 1 gold, 1 science, 1 culture. But no, that is the city centre, so not so good. Denmark is, I'm pretty sure, going to win on score. Like, okay, that's maybe not score, sorry. On in the info addicts, they are definitely the favourite right now. Because look at Iceland. Even their stuff in Iceland, they got 2 15 pop cities and 11 and 8 or 7. Those are all going to add quite a bit to their empire, which is really great for them. Great for them. Good job. Good job, Denmark. You're doing well. Oh, Norway. That only took 2 turns. That must have been in a different city. There's no way that was in the same. Oh my goodness. Oslo is at 40 population now. Yeah, there's no way that was in. I mean, one was probably Oslo, one somewhere else. Smolensk. I mean, this isn't much, is it? It's not much, but it's honest work. This is all the action we got right now. Unless the Netherlands can break through this wall, which doesn't look like happening. Normandy's doing a great job. If we just pick like the best defensive civs in the world. The Celts aren't making much of a scratch. This is really I always don't know what to do in these scenarios, because if I skip stuff, there are some people I feel like they don't want to skip anything. Oh my goodness, Norway just grabbed 2 cities in here. Fair play. Came out of nowhere. Yeah, if I skip stuff, some people, I don't know how much to skip. Like, what becomes important? Is it just cities falling? It becomes a lot harder. I don't know what the ideal way is to do this when just nothing's happening. It's been a while now. Okay, we're back. So, it's been a day. My voice is hopefully feeling a bit better. I just gave up. It was too much. So, we're back again. Sorry for the little cut. We'll keep going. We'll try and get to turn 250. Which is great. We've got a new monitor now, so we don't have to worry about the audio dropping out. Well, no, we do, but I will notice if it does. So it arrived while I was actually recording the first part of this episode yesterday, and I've got it all set up now, so streams are going to be easier, videos will be easier, everything will be easier, because there was only 2 main issues were that I couldn't see like the chat and stuff, which is a small issue, but was annoying, not having the second monitor, you know, not a big problem. And then the bigger issue was the sound kept cutting out, but I couldn't tell until I like looked at my phone and saw people said it, and if like no one was watching a stream, then I wouldn't know. If I was recording a video, obviously I wouldn't know till the end, which is a bit of a disaster. So having the second one back means I can at least see the audio. I can see if it's disappeared or not, so that's good. That's probably going to waste a lot less of my time, essentially. Luckily, I don't think it ever did it for videos, but it does seem to do it in the streams like once or twice. The sound just cuts out. It hasn't done it for a while, so maybe we're all good now. But the real sad news, and maybe some of you who are similar-minded to me, you'll be sad to know, is that the monitors I had, so I had 2, and they were identical, but they don't make the one that one anymore, so I couldn't get one that matches, so I got a new upgraded version. Same brand, it's the same, mostly the same, it's just a newer one. And now it's a bit thinner. It's not got like all the chunky bits around the side. So there you go, they don't match anymore, which is really sad. So maybe we'll have to get another new one at some point. But there we go, spaceship booster for the Celts. But yeah, the plan is, let's get to turn 250. Just see everything that happens, stick through it, get through it. We'll get there. Then we will do the results, and then yeah, I'll speed it up a little bit because there isn't too much going on. Although that said, things might be changing. Ireland versus the Celts. That's a pretty big one. We'll see what Ireland can do. The Celts have obviously thrown pretty much everything at Great Britain and failed, and Norway as well. Yeah, Norway, that's a big one. Norway can do a lot. If they commit to this, they could grab all of the Celts, and I mean that influences the winner of this game because last time we looked at the info addicts, turn 200. Denmark was probably winning. I think that was fair to say. They looked pretty solid. They were doing well in a lot of categories. Don't know why I said it very weirdly there. Categories. But Norway had only just killed Sweden. Now, all these cities are getting bigger. I mean, this was already theirs, but these ones are all getting bigger. They're more integrated. I think Norway will have closed the gap a bit. I mean, just by eye, they do look bigger than Denmark, right? And, I mean, that's a very small thing to win on. Population, they're both massive. You know, they probably are the 2 biggest countries now in the world, and I'm guessing they are 1 and 2. Obviously, there's some other good countries. Russia's doing well out here in the east. Finland is doing okay. So it is hard to tell, you know, just by guessing. But that's all we've got at the moment for another 15 turns. So yeah, we'll do 15 more turns, and then we'll do the results. And then obviously, if there is again like sort of just a quiet period, I'll just push it forward, see if anything cool does happen or doesn't happen. We'll try and get through it essentially. But yeah, we'll get through it. It's all right. It's all good. And you know, before you know it, there'll be a new one. Don't worry. There's no concerns. There's a list. There's like 4 ideas on the sheet. I might put it to you to have a say in what happens. I'm not sure just yet. It depends, because obviously some of them may not actually work when you try them. So we'll see. But there's that. Right, Finland and Sweden, Finland and Russia making a peace deal. So that's all over. No cities changing hands. In the end, Russia did hold on to this island, so that's good for them. I guess was it Norway and Sweden? Am I being stupid? No, it was Norway and Sweden, right? Norway's also in this. I don't know if they're not really. No, it can't be Norway. Surely it's not Norway. Maybe it is. I don't. It might be. Doesn't matter. At the moment, it's in Russia's hands fairly comfortably, so it doesn't matter too much. Already, this city here in the north, for the Celts, down to 0 health, so I'm sure we'll see Norway grab that next turn. Yeah, that is going to scare the Celts, I think, because they've not really had anyone threaten them so far. I know they lost York a couple of times, and it's managed to grow back from 1 population to 15 very quickly. But yeah, they've never been super challenged. They are making some progress towards Leeds, but I think they're just... Oh, they got so close, but I think they might just run out of steam here. Although Britain is mostly submarines, so maybe they will get Leeds. But you can also see Ireland landing here towards Cardiff and Edinburgh. So it's going to be a rough time for Ireland if they're not careful. And obviously the Danes could join. The Netherlands could still be a threat, although not as much. So things could happen. Burgundy and Normandy finally piecing out because nothing was going on. So fair enough. And the Netherlands have entered the information era next. So good job, Netherlands. Congratulations on that one. And what else has happened? A city did just fall. Norway completed the spaceship booster. That's the name of the part I was looking for earlier on. And Nantes. That's definitely not how you pronounce that, is it? But there we go. We tried. It's under Norwegian control. So there we go. That's a big one. Right, what is next? What is next? I've completely forgotten. Edinburgh and Cardiff do get damaged a bit, so that's worth noting. I do think there is nothing going on the rest of the map now with Burgundy. I guess if the Netherlands pull off a miracle here, then we can watch that. But for now, we'll just stay focused on these civs. Yeah, I think this is all very peaceful. Yep, Russia was pieced out. I know they're still fighting Norway, I think. Maybe they already... Actually, I think they pieced out with Norway first and then Finland. Yeah, it looks like everyone else is at peace, so we'll just focus on the British Isles for a little while, see what happens to the Celts, and we'll see what is also being proposed here. Oh, okay, no, Belgium. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Banning of ivory and world ideology order. Okay, well, I don't know who will be affected by the banning of ivory, but the world ideology of order is... no, autocracy, I think, has 1 more civ, just by eye there, not by actually counting them. Autocracy has about 1 more. Okay, Austria finally doing some stuff. Sadly, they are miles away from both of those countries. We can't win here, can we? Sweden is very far away. In fact, arguably, yeah, they are actually the furthest away from Austria. Them and Ireland probably is Sweden in terms of pure distance to any border, like not, you know, overall, because obviously Iceland's miles away, but to the nearest part of a civ's border, yeah, that is about as far from Austria as possible is Sweden, and Normandy's pretty close to that as well. They're a bit close. They're much closer, but they're still very far away. They're not getting over here, so that's a bit of a shame. Burgundy completes the spaceship booster. Britain has now gone against Normandy. That looks like, yeah, they're going to keep Leeds. Unless, yeah, no, sorry, this is Ireland, not the Celts. So, yeah, I think the Celts are done for. Britain probably won't add too much here to attack Normandy. Not going to lie, I think Normandy's going to be fine from Britain. But there we go, you know, there's hope. Maybe something will happen. And you see Cardiff and Edinburgh just getting chipped down a little bit more. Another 10-15% or so of their health gone. Maybe, I'd say Cardiff's now on like 70% and Edinburgh's probably more like 80%. So they're getting there, and Finland now completes the spaceship booster. I think Denmark is pretty close. In fact, they're the only one who's really close to a space victory. Should see that pretty soon. The Netherlands versus Sweden. I mean, again, if they can get in here, fair enough. Very difficult. Doesn't look like they're too focused on it. It's not like they were here waiting to declare that war. And Poland completes the Manhattan Project. They only just get that? How the heck? Okay, fair enough. They're not as good as we thought, I guess. Maybe they've just focused on other technologies. I mean, they might not have any uranium, so maybe it just wasn't worth going for. Which would make sense. They have grabbed some new cities. They must have just had this territory anyway, I think, because that's new. This is new. Maybe not super new, but I think it's new. They have a ton of units. Spaceship booster for Burgundy. Do you know what would be really anticlimactic? And I think I touched on this earlier, but if we open the info addicts, it just doesn't work when I go to do the results. That would be really... Don't know what we'd do then. I guess we'd have to just revert to the score and vote system, which is okay. It's not, it's not the most serious thing in the world. The results. As I always say, if you really, really want that shout out, just go change your pick. I won't look at the date unless you make it really obvious. Like, I don't know. If you just like delete your old comment and put a new one, I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of comments. There's like 100, not 100. There's like 50 guesses, so I can't. Obviously, there's like 100 when I replied to all the 50. But yeah, there's like 50 guesses. I can't remember everyone who they picked. People still pick as well, like months. I guess that's still fun. You just don't want the shout out, but you want to get it right, so that makes sense. Picking when they're like watching it months down the line, or people who've just found the channel watching old ones, which is always kind of fun because you know they're going to go on the weird journey that we went on while it was being played. Right, so yeah, Leeds should be safe. I mean, as long as they just ride out a few more turns really low and nothing sneaks in and steals it. But yeah, Cardiff and Edinburgh, this is a real race. Norway's not really doing much either, which means this is very impressive from Ireland. And if they could grab Edinburgh and Cardiff, that would essentially be... Is Edinburgh really far south on this map? Oh no, never mind. I was going to say, it just looks like Scotland is huge. I mean, Scotland is fairly big, but... I don't know, it's not bigger than England, is it? That would be... No, surely not. Now I've baffled myself. The thing is, you think of like England and Wales, it's kind of merged, isn't it? So, I don't know. Maybe Scotland is bigger, but probably not. I think Scotland has more coastline, or some weird sort of stat like that, but it's not bigger. Similar to like Norway has the most coastline of any country in the world. Maybe. Not 100% on that, but they're certainly up there. Because it's like so curvy, like in and out and in. The Soviets have entered the information era. They're doing okay still, but they're just surrounded by other, like they can't do anything to any of these three, so that's kind of their problem. I mean, I don't know, maybe they could do okay if they teamed up with somebody. You know, if they teamed up with Russia against Norway, maybe wouldn't recommend that, but you know, something like that. Or teamed up with Norway against Finland, that might be the real. Yeah, that would probably be the best approach, best strategy. Finland completes another spaceship booster. I don't know if anyone... Is anyone getting, like, super close? This is not the right menu. Sorry. Oh, here we go. Details. Denmark still with 2 to go. Burgundy with 3 to go. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Maybe my pick will at least win a space victory. That'd be pretty cool. I'll take that, right? You're not getting the main victory, but I'd take a space victory. I'll have that. That'll be me happy. Right, this is gonna be a big... Ooh, wow. Ireland is doing a lot of damage. I don't know how. They don't have any planes. This is just land units doing all of this. That's one rocket artillery has dropped this. How is that possible? Do they have like some super god tier abilities that I'm not aware of? Is there unique abilities related to rocket artilleries being insane? Like, they've only been able to hit this. Well, oh, Britain's helping them. That would explain it. And there we go. Birmingham and Edinburgh fall in the same term. Britain kind of missed out there. That would have been nice if they'd at least got Birmingham back. That was their original capital. But there we go. Ireland grabbing northern Wales and the Midlands. And southern Scotland kind of area. I don't know how to describe it. Goes to Ireland. Looks like they will grab Cardiff as well. So a big win for Ireland here. They're going to be maybe too little too late. Only 10 turns before the results. But, I mean, not really. If you think about it, they were both, I think Ireland and the Celts, when we've looked at the info addicts, were both regularly top 10 members. You know, lower half maybe of the top 10, but both in the top 10. So, you know, Ireland is not only gaining some more points for themselves, but they've kicked the Celts down, and, you know, by the end of this, potentially off the list. So yeah, I think this could push Ireland up a little bit higher in the rankings, which is cool to see. And you imagine they'd go on to, okay, game, don't break, please. I'm not going to move the mouse. Well, we waited for something big. Now, this is where I sort of play, what's it called, playing like the devil's advocate. Sadly, when they're both really big, sometimes nothing happens, because obviously they just stalemate. So, maybe this is a bit too big. But no, yeah, this is what we wanted. Poland v Russia. That is a massive war in the East to wrap this up. As you can see, a bit late. I think they should have done it when Norway and Finland were backing them up. But straight away you can see this island dropped into the yellow. Yeah, Poland looks like the dominant force in the Baltic Sea, just by number of ships. They look like they've just made, yep, they've just made a massive paratrooper invasion. Now, Russia has the biggest nuclear arsenal in the world, I think. Obviously, their ability gives them extra uranium, so that would make some sense. But there we go. That makes the final 9 turns a little bit more interesting. Now, we are going to probably have time for 1 or 2 more today. Then we'll do the rest in the next episode, which will then include the results tagged in at the end, because it won't be a full half an hour. So, yeah, that seems like a good plan. And then the episodes after that will just be, you know, 300, 350, 400, depending on what happens again. Because last time, there was 0 wars between civs that bordered each other. No cities fell. Or I think one civ that had 1 city left died. That was it for 80 turns. And it took like 4 hours. Now, this one is not that slow yet. But, I mean, it probably, once you get to like 350, it's normally pretty slow. Or 300 even. A city did just fall. And it was Cardiff to Ireland, so there we go. We didn't miss too much. And Truro here is probably going to fall as well. So Ireland really racking up some late points. Quite exciting for them. They could maybe break a run at the top 5. Nah, I think it's too late. If they'd have gone sooner, top 5 could have been there. I think Denmark, Norway, Finland, Austria, Poland, Russia, all above them. Burgundy, maybe as well. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's because I picked Burgundy. Now, Ireland are above Burgundy now. It's just if it's obviously might not be quick enough to be reflected in the stats for them to finish above Burgundy. I don't really know, but it's not like they're... I mean, Burgundy is 5 cities, 6 cities, okay, but still. Ireland was 4 for a very long time. Obviously, Manchester was 5. Now they got 8, so, you know, I mean, Edinburgh's still big, so there's a chance. There's definitely a chance. And with this deity AI, I mean, they can probably rebuild this. By the time we hit in 8 turns at turn 250, these will probably be up in like 10, 15. They grow back incredibly quickly. This AI knows how to get food, or they get cheats to help them get more food. I don't know what it is. One of the two. We'll do 1 more turn, and then we will do 7 more in the next episode, just to wrap things up. I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense, right? I mean, it's probably not worth doing a 7-turn episode, but it's also... it's a bit too many turns. You know, that's like another 60% of the episode length if I was to tag it onto this one. It's a bit messy. So we'll just do a results / final episode. But, you know, that'll be made clear in the title and stuff like that, so that you can clearly know what you're in for when that comes. Burgundy completes the spaceship booster, which means it's very close. Here you go. Here's your... oh, do we have time for this? I'm just trying to think, when does this video go out? Let me know for the future. I mean, the problem is we're never going to have these victory... hopefully, we don't have to have these other victory types again. Like I said, it is a bug of some sort. I turned them off. Domination only was on, and they just came through. So, hopefully, we're never going to have them again. So, I don't want to say... I was going to say, should we maybe award some bonus points for them? But then I thought, actually, if we're never going to have them again, let's not even entertain the discussion. So, never mind. We don't want them. Go away. Netherlands, completely spaceship booster. So far, although it takes a while to load in when someone gets nuked, so we can't exactly see. Poland has not been nuked, but I'm sure Russia will think about it the worse the situation gets. Warsaw in the yellow. I'm feeling next term we are going to see like the nuclear... this is brutal, because Russia's back is against a wall. I know it's early, and they're still big, but you can see Poland's Vilnius and Warsaw are on the edge. They've just grabbed this island. Smolensk in Gotland here is on the edge as well. So yeah, Russia... I mean, there's a world where they don't exist in 7 turns. I mean, this is a frightening pace from Poland. Probably not that drastic, but you never know. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's all very well set up for this ending now, with the fall of the Celts and potentially a fall for Russia as well, but also potentially nuclear annihilation for Poland if they get this wrong. Now, they made a really good move. They rushed in with a lot of paratroopers, and Russia probably, the AI, probably not going to nuke their own cities. Like, most of Poland's like hitting these cities would obviously hurt Poland, but there's not as many units around. Most of the units are now deeply inside Russian territory. They also have a ton of giant death robots. They must have got bored of building nukes. But that will be it for this episode. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications if you're already subscribed so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos or live streams. And if you would like to take part in my multiplayer live streams that I do on Saturdays, or just genuinely chat with other members of the community and myself, be sure to join the Discord, which you can find in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.